All right, guys, before we get into the video, wanted to thank another new channel member. That's 2 videos in a row. Wanted to thank Brent Bear, Tier 3 member yesterday. So really appreciate that, Brent. And Brent, a big fan of mine. If you didn't watch the Gold Cup Race Champions, you might have missed this as well. Brent actually made me this t-shirt. I'm just here for the Rodman Rundown. We got them racked. We got them stacked. We got the grandstands packed on the back. So Brent, make sure to send me your Twitter profile so I can give you a follow. Thank you so much for the support. Also, thank you to Skilloner, Caleb Johnson, Bill Gillies, Skyke, Easy Does It, Racing Vagabond, and Blake Dowell for all of your guys' support as well. If you would like to become a channel member, click on my channel and you'll see at the top there's some tabs right there, and there's one that says membership. So appreciate everybody for watching, and let's jump into this video now. Welcome back. Let's talk about the next couple of races with Kubota High Limit Racing coming up this weekend for the Tuscarora 50. Probably the second biggest race in all of Pennsylvania as far as sprint car racing goes. Obviously, the National Open is number one. The Tuscarora 50 not too far behind. Obviously, a lot of history behind both events, and we're looking forward to getting over there for the Port Royal Speedway. Races number 42, 43, and 44. With Kubota High Limit Racing, all of these races counting towards the overall championship standings. The race is taking place on September 5th through the 7th. That is Thursday, Friday, and Saturday. I'm recording this video on Tuesday, so going to have a couple days for people to take a look at this stuff and get themselves prepared for what is going to be a great weekend of racing, a really tough field, a large field of cars expected to be on hand for this event. The racetrack in Port Royal, Pennsylvania. It is a half-mile racetrack, and it is the 57th edition of the Tuscarora 50. And something cool about this event, every single year, whatever year it is, so next year, the 58th annual, it's going to go to $58,000 to win. 59th annual is going to be $59,000 to win. This year, it is $57,000 to win the feature and $2,000 to start the main event. But let's back up for a second, talk about the weather forecast. So 3 nights of racing. Thursday night, a high of 78 degrees, a low of 55 degrees, and rain chances at 15%. On Friday, the high is 79 degrees. It's a low of 63, and the chances of rain go up to 35%. And then on Saturday, for the finale, a high of 72, a low of 51. And the rain chances, I checked earlier, I wrote this board probably a few hours ago, had some errands to run. The chances were at 68% from the Weather Channel. Really hoping to see those decrease as the week goes on. I'm not sure. I'm not sure at all if there's a rain date on Sunday. I don't know how that works out. But I'm just telling you what the forecast is going into the weekend. The first 2 nights are going to pay $10,000 to win and $1,000 to start. And then, as we mentioned, 57 grand on the line on Saturday and $2,000 to start. The estimated car count as of right now, this event is hard to predict. I feel like last year, I'm pretty sure I read, or not read, but I counted there was 48 cars there. But the problem was the first night, the night before the Tusky got rained out, or the finale got rained out, and so they had to run the Tuscarora 50 main event later on in the year during the World of Outlaws weekend. They had, I actually remember I was there, watched the race, but it was kind of weird because the car count got split there because it was a couple weeks between the 2 races. So I want to say the finale last year had about 48 cars. The year before, there was over 50. I'm just going to play it safe and say 50-ish cars will show up to the Port Royal Speedway to try and take down the $57,000 win. Now, the most recent 410 winners, Port Royal Speedway, one of the few tracks that we go to with High Limit that does run a weekly 410 program. They ran a race yesterday. The Labor Day Classic on September 2nd was won by Logan Wagner. So Wagner, he's been very, very good. You'll see his name pop up a couple more times on this board. Mike Wagner, his father, won on August 17th. He split wins with Robbie Kendall. So Robbie Kendall and Mike Wagner, there was 2 features on August 17th. They won those 2. And then Logan Wagner won on July 20th, and he won on July 13th. So Logan Wagner been absolutely fantastic this year at Port Royal Speedway with 5 wins to his credit. Somehow is not leading the points. His dad is still leading the points, the legend Mike Wagner. But still, 5 wins on the year. Logan Wagner going to be a guy to watch for going into this race this whole weekend. The track record was set by Brian Brown on October 28th of 2018. The time was a 14.868 second time. And I looked over the last couple of races for the weekly shows and the PA Speed Week shows. They were running the 15-second bracket, right? So that is an absolute ripper by the defending Tuscarora 50 champion, Brian Brown, at 14.868. Now, I did talk about in a video yesterday documenting the West Coast swing for James McFadden that I was going to make 2 videos and talk about the format as one of those videos for this race. But really, the format's not too crazy, so I figured we could put it here in the pre-race video. So on Thursday and Friday, it is a normal, high limit racing format with the quick time guys starting 4th, all that stuff. The format that everybody knows with high limit racing, that'll be ran on Thursday and Friday. Now on Saturday is where things change a little bit. So 2 flights of qualifying, split into Flight A and Flight B. There will be 6 heat races as compared to 4 with the normal high limit format, and with a 4-car invert. So the quick time guy will start 4th, in heat 1, then the next guy all the way back, all the way through the 6 heat races. Only 3 cars will transfer out of the heat races as opposed to 5 with the normal high limit format. The heat race winners will go to a redraw, so 6 cars will redraw. There will be no dash, nothing like that. They will just redraw for starting position in the 50-lap main event. Then the top 4 will transfer out of the B main. Those drivers will start from 21st, 22nd, 23rd, and 24th. And then the 19th and 20th positions are reserved. There's a lot of reserving going on here. It's like you're going to an expensive restaurant. A lot of reservations for different positions in the feature for the Tuscarora 50. 19th and 20th are reserved for the winners of Friday and sorry, that's supposed to say Thursday and Friday's winners, not Saturday and Friday's winners. So Thursday and Friday winners, the 19th and 20th positions in the Tuscarora 50 main event are reserved for those guys if they do not transfer in through the heat race or through the B main. So keep that in mind as well. Let's just say Rico Abreu wins on Thursday and something happens to him in his heat race and can't transfer from the heat or the B main. He will start in the 19th position on the Saturday night feature, as well as the guy that wins on Friday. He could start in 20th if he does run into issues. Also, some more reservations. The 25th place in the starting order for Saturday is reserved for the highest high limit racing owner's points car that does not transfer to the main event. And then the 26th position is the same exact thing, but is for the Port Royal Speedway driver's points. So the highest driver in Port Royal Speedway driver points that does not transfer to the heat race or the B main, that 26th position is for them. And then the 27th position is reserved for the 2023 non-qualifiers winner. So each and every year, there's obviously the main Tuscarora 50 race, and then they have a non-qualifiers race for everybody that does not make it. And the reasoning for running that race is to, if you win, you automatically get a starting position into the Tuscarora 50 for the very following year. And so the winner of the 2023 non-qualifier is Danny Dietrich. So as long as Dietrich, if everything goes wrong for Danny Dietrich, he has a position in the feature no matter what. And all of those positions do pay fully, right? They will pay the $2,000 to start and all that stuff as well. So Dietrich is that 27th place guy. I doubt that he is going to need it. He'll probably transfer in through a heat race or whatever. He is the, defending Bob Weichert Memorial winner earlier this year. Now, looking at the non-high rollers, there's going to be a lot, and this is not all of them. I promise you that's not all of them. I just cannot fit them all on my whiteboard. We got Logan Wagner on the list, obviously in the 69K, 5-time winner this year. Chase Dietz in the Zemco 1Z. You got Danny Dietrich in the 48 car. He has 2 wins this year at Port Royal, including that $75,000 to win Bob Weichert Memorial. Devin Borden in the 23 car, the Stamen Motorsports machine. He does have a win there this year as well. You got Lucas Wolf in the 5W. Anthony Macri in his own 39M, 3 times a winner this year at Port Royal. Mike Wagner, the legend, the current points leader at Port Royal Speedway with 1 win on the year in the 55 car. You got Justin Whittle as well in the 67. He does have a win at Port Royal this year as well. Ryan Timms is going to be driving the Hefner Enterprises number 27 car. It's the same car that Justin Peck ran at the 360 Knoxville Nationals, obviously with a 410 under the hood. So Ryan Timms here recently getting out of his own car, got a win with Guy Forbrook at Houston Speedway, and now going to be driving another car, this time at Port Royal Speedway for Mike Hefner. Jeff Halligan in the 45 car. You got Dylan Cisney in the 5C. He's also a winner at Port Royal Speedway this year. Mike Walter in the 77. Lance Dewease, what happened between him and the 12? I'm not sure. The last couple of races, I have seen him running the 88. He does have a win there this year as well at Port Royal Speedway. And so Dewease, not sure if it'll be the 88 or the Shearer car. I haven't seen anything on Facebook or Twitter about him leaving that car, so I guess it'll be a surprise. Maybe I just haven't been doing my due diligence. I just haven't seen anything about him and the Shearer car parting ways. But I got Dewease down in the 88. Cody Lehman in the 47K. TJ Stutz, the World of Outlaws winner earlier this year from Williams Grove in the 11. Jake Carklin, 35K. Austin Bishop in the straight up 35. Gerard McIntyre in the 33. And Steve Buckwalter in the 17B. So that's just a small sample size of cars that we could see showing up to Port Royal. You know, I'm missing a couple of guys, obviously. Devin Adams, Cy Lynch. I'm missing some guys that run there for points every single week. But just trying to get some of the main players, some of the guys that we know will be in contention. Brian Brown, I doubt that he shows up. Just had that surgery recently, so the defending Tuscarora 50 winner. I doubt he'll be there, but he could. I haven't seen any updates here recently for him, so we'll have to wait and see if that is the case. So hopefully you guys enjoyed this race preview. Appreciate all of your support. Make sure to hit the subscribe button, hit the like button. Comment down below. Are you going to be at the Tuscarora 50? And if you're not, let us know who you think is going to take down the victory. If you're watching at home on Flow Racing, I appreciate your guys' support so very much over there as well. And we hope you enjoy the show on Flow the next couple of nights. So thank you guys so much for watching, and we'll talk to you again soon.